Shalom, Shalom. We'd like to give our praises, double honor, and glorification to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Mashiach, Muhammad Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. Right? So back at it again with another video through the Spirit on this beautiful Shabbat that the Lord blessed us to see again. You know, we're going to be diving to, I believe I titled this, The Condition of the Battle. Right? Because in this truth, you got to fight the good fight. The day you came into this truth, you signed up to fight, whether you realize that or not. This is the condition of the battle that we go through, the trials, the tribulations, the ups, the downs, the sad moments, the happy moments, however you want to put it. And you have to learn to get comfortable with suffering. You got to learn to get comfortable with fighting because you're a warrior. The Lord is a man of war. You understand? The Lord of hosts is his name. So when you come into this truth, it's you signing up to fight. You got to endure the condition of the battle. And it's a beautiful fight. And it's a beautiful reward at the end of the day as well. Let's dive into a couple opening precepts. All right. Can you see the screen? Can everybody see the screen?
Con,
all praises. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, and verse number 9. We're going to dive right into it. It says, what? Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. So when it comes to this truth, you do have to be of a good courage. You do have to be strong. You really got to trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua as you endure the condition of the battle. Because this truth, I would, God forbid I ever lie to a brother and say this easy. It's a piece of cake. It's a cakewalk. No, you're going to get tried. You're going to get put through the fire for real. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation, like it's saying in like the second chapter. So the Lord said, what? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid. And that's something we've all struggled with at a certain point in time. Brothers probably thought they was on their last limb in this truth. Brothers probably, you feel me? I'm on the verge of falling out. What do I do? You know, it must be over for me. I guess it's my time. You know, brothers have been at all certain type of breaking points in this truth, man. But the Lord said, what at the end of the day, be strong and have a good courage. You got to stand bold in the Lord. You got to stand fervent in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You got to call on upon the name of the Lord when you're going through it, when you catching hell. Because the Lord going to try you. The Lord is going to prove you. You got to go through that. All right. You have to come forth as gold. Okay. Gold got to get put through the fire, man.
right.
Got to be burned in an extremely high level of heat, man. And that just go to show you how precious the Lord really wants us to be. If the Lord want to put you through level 1,000 degrees of fire, he wants you to come forth that much the better. So when you is catching hell, even if you're getting judged, you might have went off. You go off, you still got to endure the chastening of the Lord. David went off. He had to endure the chastening of the Lord. Job said, though he slay me, yet I will maintain my integrity. The Lord could chasten you. And maybe you was on fire and the Lord just chose you to go through that fire. Maybe you literally went off and now you got to endure the judgments of the Lord. You got to endure the judgments of the Lord. But nevertheless, what does the scripture say? Have not I commanded thee, right? Be strong, okay? And of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest, man. So the Lord said, now you can't make the Lord a liar. He wrote that in his Bible, right? He said, look, I'm with you. Wherever you going, I'm there. I got you back. The angels are camped round about those that fear the Lord, man. So when you enduring the condition of the battle, don't forget about Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Don't let the woe is me spirit come upon you. And if it do, fight it back. We all been there. I would be a liar if I said I'd never been at a low point in this truth, feeling like it was over. Now, a brother could try to sound mighty. Yeah, I ain't never went through that. Yeah, maybe y'all. Your brother could play it crazy and try to sound mighty.
Right.
All right, yeah, whatever, brother. Maybe you're really not in this thing then if you ain't never been through nothing and felt low in the spirit. I mean, the mightiest of the men felt low in the spirit. So who art thou? Yahushua had his moments. All right, going through it, stressing. But he stayed fervent and faithful in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Let me get another precept. All right. Real quick. Let's get the book of Romans. Right, the classic 8. This book of Romans chapter 8 and verse number 37. It says what? Nay, in all things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us, man. So we conquerors for real, man. We soldiers apt for war, Lord willing, man. Paul said, man, look, we more than conquerors, man. We got this. We fervent, we on fire. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep enduring, man. That's what our forefather Paul said. It's really what the Most High said through his vessels. All right? Look, y'all more than conquerors, bro. Don't give up. Keep your head up. Keep grinding. Keep enduring. Keep enduring. Why? Because this is the condition of the battle. All right? You got to think about it. We go through the things we go through now. Financial hardship, damn cars breaking down, affliction at the workplace. You know, you start just cracking the whip harder than normal. All right, Jake go through marriage problems. Jake faced demons each and every day, battling sin for a season, trying to overcome this and overcome that. How much more the days that we finna get ready to go through? How much more Jacob's trouble? How much more will all hell break loose on the earth? Famines arise, war, civil unrest, civil wars. You name it. How much more when these things come? How much more of a conqueror are you gonna have to be? How much more of a conqueror you gonna have to be? How much more you gonna have to endure the condition of the battle? Because this truth, it weigh a lot on your mental. Because this truth is the most difficult thing you ever went through in your life. People have been through many things in their life, but I guarantee you nothing compares to this truth. Nothing weighs so heavy on your mind as this truth. And the reason why it weighs so heavy on your mind, because you care so much. Every brother want to be great. Every sister, every child of God, they want to be great for the Lord. Right. You want to be on fire 24/7. Jake can't stomach the fact that he can't stay ablazed 25/8, man. All right, Jake hate falling short. That weigh a lot on your mind. I went off, man. What is wrong with me, man? Why would I ever do such wickedness, man? Come on, man. So this truth is very burdensome on your mind because the great love that we have to be great for our God. People don't went through everything in life. Brothers have been in jail. All right. You have women out here that have been ravished. All right. You have little girls only 9 years old that uncle touching on them, all type of weird madness and folly. People go through a lot of things that would just make people want to commit suicides, make people want to give up and just hate life. All right. Those things are very heavy things to endure. But when you come into this truth, it's nothing in comparison to the fight that you got to fight in this truth. I talk about spirits daily trying to prick at you. It's like poking a bear until you roar on them, man. See, in the world, Jake fight demons. They don't really perceive that they demons for real. They don't really perceive that they demons. Like Jake don't really know he's fighting a demon. Jake don't know how to proclaim a fast. Jake don't know how to truly pray to the name of Yahweh Basham Yahweh to really get a demon off him. Jake just keep popping perks and say these demons on me all in their music. All right, that's what Jake do. All right. Jake say, I see blood, and he talk about he want to go catch a body. All right. Jake say he got demons on him, because on a deeper level, they do got demons on him. But Jake don't really perceive that on an in-depth level for real. Because anybody that can perceive they got demons on them in their right mind, you would try to do something about it. You wouldn't say you got to satisfy the demon by going to go catch a body, killing your own brother, popping more perks, smoking more weed. That's not how you overcome the demons. You're feeding that demon more and more. So in this truth, it's actually quite beautiful for us. That's why we really got to be thankful, because the Lord said what? In all things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. You got it, King.
Con, let's get Revelation 3 and verse 19.
Okay, Con, going to the book of Revelation 3 and verse number 19. Says what? Reads Revelation 3 and 19. It says, as many as I love, right? I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
So it says, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. So Yahushua loves us. The Lord loves us. He presented this as when we first came to the truth. He says, I rebuke and chasten. So he told us we want to go through these things. So it's no mystery. It's no question. So you shouldn't even question, why am I going through these trials? It's here to build us up. It says, be zealous, therefore, and repent. So no matter what you're going through, you, as best as you can, you have to try to be on fire. Be zealous and repent. Let's just get 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 3.
Con, this book of 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse number 3. It says what? And keep the charge, right, of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
Con, it's like, yeah, let me just read verse 2 real quick. It says, I go the way of all the earth, be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man. So it's not about giving up. It says, shew thyself a man. It said, be strong, therefore. So no matter what hell you're catching, it's no excuse for us to even give up, because that's the title of this video, Condition of the Battle. You have to just realize, take a step back and realize what is happening, and then move forward through that. And last precept, Cam, I'm going to give it back to you, Romans 15 and verse 4.
Khan's book of Romans, right? Chapter 15 and verse number 4. It says what? For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
So that's why we have all these accounts, what Yahushua is teaching, his sayings, the scriptures. We learn from them, and once we look at them, we can see an example and how to get better, and how to go through these trials, how to get better and go through them, because the accounts, it tells us exactly what we go through, why we go through them. It's here to help us, and like it says, it's written for our learning and our patience, that we might have hope, that things will get better in the end. You got it, King.
And that's a beautiful point on that, because right there in Romans 15:4 it said patience. Patience is a key attribute that you must have to endure the condition of the battle. You got to have patience, because people who fall in battle in the way that we talking about, essentially they lose patience. They kind of give up. They say, like, I can't do it anymore. I don't got it in me anymore. The Lord still ain't came back. I still haven't overcame this demon. All right, they lose patience. All right. So that's a key attribute that you got to have in this truth to endure. All right, the condition of the battle. You got to have patience in war. All right, wars don't end overnight anyway. I don't know one war that just lasted 7 hours. All right, now the war is over with. No, these men have to fight to the death. They have to fight till it's over and somebody is the 100% victor. All right, so that's how it is in this truth. And I want to touch on something just I brought out as well. I want to get Hebrews, talk about, pretty much this is what we signed up for. The Lord is going to chasten you, right? Let's get the classic in Hebrews chapter 12. Yeah, how should I go chasten you, man? You got to be zealous and repent and endure. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12. The classic, it says what? Verse number 5, Hebrews 12:5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation, right, which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. So this is a condition of the battle. You're going to be rebuked of the Lord at times, man. And you can't faint. You cannot despise the chastening of the Lord. Let's look up the word despise. Let's see what it means to despise something. Let's check that out. What does it mean, despise? Let me share the screen real quick. The word despise, it says what? Look down upon, scorn, disdain, treat with contempt. All right, look down on. Okay, so essentially you shunning the chastening of the Lord. You looking down. Yeah, all right. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You scorning at it, man. All right, you disdaining it. It says what? Right here, it says to disdain, to have a high-minded abhorrence of. When you abhor something, you detest of it. But essentially, you getting upset with the chastening of the Lord and you about to crash out. Man, I'm the same. I keep doing this. It's all I go through in this truth. It's all I go through. Just keep catching hell, nothing else. Don't nothing ever get better. You start murmuring and complaining, man, when you start to despise the chastening of the Lord. You start to kick it to the side and cast it away. All right. Why? Because you're getting frustrated. When really you ought to embrace affliction. Love affliction. Be patient through your trial and your tribulations. Let me go back to Hebrews real quick. It says what? For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. And we know who the sons of God is, so don't start scoffing. The sons of God is the Israelites. All right. It say whom he receiveth. That's not all regular human beings walking the face of the earth. Anybody, no, cut it out. Don't even go there. All right. The sons of God is the Israelites all day long. All right. Israel is my firstborn. Okay. So every brother or sister or child that's an Israelite that the Lord receive and bring it to this truth, he's going to chasten you. Why? Because you have to be put through the fire. Okay, you have to come forth as gold. The Lord got to prove you. Just how I talk about how wisdom prove you. It say wisdom is going. Let me get that real quick. I didn't go butcher. I believe that's I want to say that's Sirach, the 4th chapter. See if that's what that is. I believe that is Sirach. If it's not 4, it might be 6. Let me see. It might be 6. Salakia. Let me get that real quick. I want to get that. Talk about how wisdom prove you in trife. Real quick, Salakia. Yeah, wisdom 4. Wisdom, I keep saying wisdom, Salakia. Sirach 4 and verse 17. It says, what? Well, actually, hold on. This whole thing fire. This whole thing fire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at 16. It says, what? If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. Talk about wisdom. It says, what? Here's the point that I want. Verse 17. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him. So this is how wisdom is going to deal with you. Wisdom is going to bring fear and dread upon you. She's going to try you and put you through the fire and see if you got patience. See if you can endure. See if you can keep up. Like they say in the world, hey, you with the big dogs now. All right. The little pups, hey, you kind of got to, look, you got to stay behind, man. You ain't ready yet. All right. That's how wisdom going to put you through that fire. See if you can hang with the big dogs. All right. Metaphorically speaking, it says what? And torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. So wisdom gonna put you through the ringer until she could trust you. This is the condition of the battle. This is what wisdom is gonna do, man. That's why this truth, it'll never be easy. It's not meant to be easy. The Lord already told you that in that second Ezra. It said the entrances to the elder world, yeah, sure they was wide. Hey, but now it's made narrow. It's not easy. It's so narrow to the point that only one can go in at a time. The elect being sealed one by one by one by one by one. All right. Straight up and down. So the Lord is going to prove you. Wisdom is going to prove it. They're going to put you through that fire, and you got to endure. Anytime you, it could be basketball tryouts. Want to be relatable to Jake as possible. Basketball tryouts, football tryouts. Coach gonna put everybody on the team through that hell and see who really trying to be the starters around here. Who really trying to be who really trying to make the cut, as they say. All right, the Lord say run 10 laps around. I mean, not the Lord, the coach say run 10 laps around. The Lord, I mean, I keep saying the Lord, that's the spirit. The coach say run 10 laps around, the football field, the track or whatever, and the coach is watching. Let me see whoever they're fainting, who getting tired. Who ready to drop and fall on lap 8? The coach is examining the matter. He looking, he like, yeah, I see him right there. He pushing on strong. He really fighting to his last breath. He about to complete it. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, we definitely gonna have him starting that quarterback. Yeah, he got what it take. Then it's another guy, lap 2. He throwing up. He doing this. Oh, help. Coach, where art thou? He only on lap 2, man. He ain't even ran the distance yet. The coach say, yeah, he ain't gonna make it. He gonna make it. I see how he do when the heat turn up. I see how this guy get. All right, so this is how it is dealing with the Lord, man. And that's something that Jake can relate to. Jake done played these sports. Jake done watch coach scores the team and say y'all need to go harder, and say he looking for men that really want to endure and play ball and whatnot. It says what, verse 18, back in Sirach to the 4th. It says, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and shew him her secrets. So essentially, when you endure, you get the reward. That's plain. That's plain. Let's keep going. It says what? But if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. So essentially, if you lose patience and don't endure the condition of the battle, you fall out the race. And now you're giving over to your own ruin, right? You get forsaken. Okay. Get left behind. It's not a good feeling. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want no brother, sister, child watching this to be left behind. That's of Israel. I don't want none of my brothers that I labor with week in, week out to be left behind. I want us to endure this thing mightily, fervently. All right. Spirit kind of just taught me dive into a whole new set of precepts. Salakia. We actually run through it now. Okay. Let's kick this thing off with I want to go to Genesis real quick. Because one thing I love about Genesis, the 3rd chapter, is the end of it. It's one of my favorite parts of Genesis, 3rd chapter. It's actually one of my favorite parts in the whole Bible. All right, Genesis 3 and verse number 24. It says what? So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. All right. So you don't have easy direct access to the tree of life anymore. You don't have easy direct access to immortality, to paradise, to the kingdom. It's blocked off. And guess who the main person trying to stop you from obtaining the kingdom is Satan. That's the chief adversary. All right. The devil. Okay. And that's why this is one of my favorite precepts in the whole Bible, because at this moment, at this final moment, I'll say the condition of the battle started right then and there. That's how I love to look at that. It's up now. Let's get ready to rumble. We're not just walking into paradise, man. You're not just waking up, kingdom here. Yeah. Read one precept, I have the kingdom. No, it's not easy no more. All right. It's not a piece of cake. All right. I remember when I first came across this, man. First got the breakdown on Genesis 3, man. The Lord had the mighty prophets, the mighty man break it down. I had to watch the code cut. And I understood. I said, wow, this when it all started. This the fight. The fight begins. All right. I mean, you can't just read 3 chapters and now you fit for the kingdom. You blocked off every which dang on way. It's a new demon to fight every day. Sometimes it's the same demon for a whole month. Satan is here, 1 Peter 5:8, like a roaring lion, seeking he could devour, man. Satan sniffing out like a bloodhound, trying to block you off from each and every corner, each and every avenue you may try to take to get the kingdom, man. And at that moment, look, it's time to fight. So I love this precept. I want to fight. I want to endure. All right. I wholly accept the fact that it's not easy. I accept the fact that I must go through spiritual demon Satan and conquer this flesh, conquer these spirits, conquer these demons to get the kingdom, man. It's nothing like a well-fought fight. All right. It's nothing like being survival of the fittest, coming out like a champ, enduring all manner of trials and tribulations, man. It's nothing like it. It's truly something for glory to be shed upon. All right. Why you think Yahushua is magnified on such a high level? Look what he went through. Why you think the apostles, all right, glory and magnify on such a high level? Because they endure to the death, to the beheading, to the martyrdom. They didn't cry. They didn't complain. They dealt with it. They accepted the fact that, okay, look, the kingdom is not easily accessible. I have to fight. I have to give it my all. I have to put 10 toes down and be rooted in this thing and have straight confidence in my God and in my King to endure this battle, man. All right. So we blocked off. But guess what? What did we read in Romans 8:37? We more than conquerors. What is our name? Yasha Allah, Israel. He prince power with the Most High and prevail over man, bro. So we're going to get the victory, Lord willing, at the end of the day, man. We're going to break through. All right. Let me get a quick precept in Romans 16:20, one of my other favorite precepts, man. Because just how that adversary there blocking everything off, let's see what we're going to do to the adversary, all Lord willing, through the strength and power of Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Malak Yahushua. This is the book of Romans, chapter 16 and verse number 20. It says, and the God of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. The grace of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach be with you. Amen. Hey, so man, we're going to goddamn Lord willing stump our way treading on these damn serpents, man. Till we get the kingdom, man. Till we enter back into that paradise. Till we enter into immortality. All right. Till we get glorified bodies. Till we get the Lord in our inward parts. Man, we're going to tread upon these serpents. Then the Lord said that in the Gospels, I give you power to tread on serpents, man. So we're going to bruise Satan under our foot, man. All right. We're going to get the victory, Lord willing, man. All right. You got it, King.
I'll praise the Most High. Let's get Matthew 7:24.
It's the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 7 and verse number 24. It says what? Therefore, whosoever heareth these things of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock.
We listen to the Lord, right? Follows law, statutes, commandments. Like we take heed to wisdom. We build our house, a foundation upon a rock. Go on.
Reading on, it says what? And the rain descended, right? And the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house.
Slack it. And that kind of slack it. And that's all the hell we catch. You know, it says the rains descended and the floods came and the winds blew. You know, and we're that house that's standing tall. You know, that could be a typhoon, that could be tornadoes. and there'll be a storm, a winter storm, anything. It's while we're catching hell, we're staying firm. The condition of battle, us staying firm. Read on.
Reading on, it says what? It says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not.
What?
And it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
So when we do catch these trials and tribulations, if once we build our house upon a rock, our foundation, that's how we stand firm, and that's how we get through it. Let's get First Timothy. Let's get First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 12.
This book of First Timothy, right? Chapter 6 and verse number 12. It says what? It says, fight the good fight of faith. Right. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses.
It says, fight the good fight of faith. I mean, it says, keep the commandments and the faith of Yahushua, and all the way until the end. So that's what we have to have in this truth, when hell does come our way, because faith is what's going to get us out of it, because faith is something that we have to create to see the end of the light of the tunnel, that the spirits and demons don't want us to see. When we fight the good fight of hate, it's like a fight the good fight of faith. It helps us have courage, and it makes us resilient to no matter what we're catching. We have that feeling, we just have that unction and know that we can make it out, like no matter what we're going through. And let me get one last account, Mark chapter 5 and verse 35. It's like Mark chapter 4 and 35.
It's the book of Mark chapter 4, right? And verse 35. It says what? And the same day, when the even was come, he saith unto them, let us pass over on the other side. Right? Verse 36. And when they had when they had sent away the multitude, they took him, even as he was in the ship, and there were also with him other little ships. Verse 37. And there arose a great storm of wind. The waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. Verse 38. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow, and they awake him and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish?
That's the point.
Verse 39. It says what? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm.
Go ahead. Salaki, one more verse, 40.
40, and he said unto them, why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith?
And the water for reading it. And the reason why I bring this account out is because through all hell breaking loose, everyone around Yahushua, they're going crazy. They don't know what's going on. It's a big storm, and it's headed their way. It's happening during them being on the boat. And it says he was asleep on a pillow. So throughout all hell breaking loose, he's just calm. Yahushua is asleep. He's not worried, and that should be us. When the fire comes, we should just know that everything's going to be okay and fight that good fight of faith. Have faith that it is all the way in the end, see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then he asked them, why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? So that's what's going to help us through these trials, is having faith, and that also, goes into, the condition of the battle. But you got it, King.
That's a very beautiful point. You definitely got to have faith as you endure the condition of the battle. Because like you brought out in what was that, Matthew 7:24 on down, you're going to have all manner of trial and tribulation trying to beat you down. That is the condition of the battle. That's the Lord proving you. That's the Lord trying you. You have to go through trials. You have to go through tribulations. You have to go through struggles, hardships. And the Lord just want to see at the end of the day, will you maintain and hold fast to your faith? Will you endure and have faith? Will you keep counting on the Lord? Will you keep hoping the Lord? What are you going to do? They got a saying in the world. They say, when the going get tough, the tough get going. All right. So when things get difficult for us, who going to dive into this thing and say, look, we will conquer. We will overcome. We will endure. We're gonna fight the good fight. All right. Because when that heavy storm come, whatever it may be, whatever trial, whatever tribulation, are you gonna panic? Are you gonna go into a frantic, or are you gonna have faith, knowing that looks, my king got me, mediate for me constantly. Know the most I'm gonna keep dealing with me, man. It'd be all right. Just a little financial hardship. It's cool, man. Be back on top soon. Ain't even worry about it. All right. That's the mindset that you gotta have. And like the brother brought out, it all go back to that faith. It all go back to that faith. All right. It all go back to that faith. Right? Me another precept. Salakia. Let's get 2nd Ezra 7:57. Classic. It says what? It's the book, right? 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse number 57. It says, then answered he me. This is the condition of the battle. Right? What he said, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. So we born upon this earth. All right. And it's time for us to fight the condition of the battle. All right. It say that man that is born upon earth, look, we must fight. Hold on. Let me read that again. It says, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. You don't have an option. All right. The Lord said, look, you shall fight this battle.
Right.
Okay. You got to fight. Okay. I mean, you got some people like, I don't want to fight. Well, what do you mean, brother? All right. You got people who grow up, they kind of get bullied. They don't want to fight. They don't want to defend themselves. All right. Now, it's not right to bully people, obviously. But these demons try to bully us. All right. Just pushing you around. You're going to let these demons hem you up against the wall like this, while your damn legs dangling. Yeah, shut up. Just go off. Just lust, why don't you? Did I tell you to lust? You just sitting there. I don't want to lust. And you crying and simping and wimping. And you grab you up like this. Your neck all up here like this. Your feet dangling. The middle of your pants start getting wet. And they say, you little twerk. Did you just get wet, you little twerk? All right. You sitting there making all stupid noises. You know how Jake look when they get whooped when they're a bad little kid? Jake got the snot coming down, face ugly to the mud, doing all this. All these demons just hem you up. It's the condition of the battle. And you will be out your mind to tell these demons, I don't want to fight. All right. Like you would tell a dang bully. Okay. Don't no bully want to hear that. Bully, you know what? Bullies actually want a challenge.
Yeah.
In all reality, bullies actually, they really want a challenge. They want somebody to stand up against them. Okay. On a carnal evil level, do they like punking people out? Yeah, they do. They love getting the best of people. But why? Because don't nobody want to fight back. So of course they're gonna take advantage of you. He ain't got nothing going on. A sucker. A punk. So yeah, he gonna overthrow you. But what happens every time somebody stand up against a bully? What happens? He's confounded. He's smitten with madness in the very moment. He's confused. He's befuddled. He's perplexed in his mind. He's like, dang, somebody actually hit me in my jaw back.
Right.
He's sitting there like this. And then look, that demon that bully on the carnal level, he's broken forever. Now he's the embarrassing person around the school now. And everybody's cheering on the new hero. They're cheering on the guy that stepped up. Yeah, man, yeah. That guy will never pick on us again. All right, and they cheering him on. The new guy, now he got all the clout, so-called. And he not even trying to be prideful. The person that steps up, he just doing the right thing. You punking out everybody, man. What's going on? Stop doing that. And usually by the time somebody step up, they've been watching somebody do these actions for a while now. This guy just going around bullying people for the past week. Kind of tap him on the shoulder. Leave him alone. It's just say, leave him alone. Leave the little guy alone.
Right.
Just let him go. The bully say, shut up. Who do you think you are? before he even get a chance to finish, before he finishes work, right in the face. That's what you gotta do to these demons, man. They gonna bully you. These demons gonna try to bully you. You can read, you can pray, you can fast, you can study, you can call upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the name of his son to overcome these demons, man, to conquer them. I love to tell brothers that when brothers going through something, we chopping it up. I love to tell them, you just got to punch these demons right in the mouth. Just punch them right in the darn mouth. All right. Of course, it's going to be easier said than done. But a lot of things easier said than done until you actually do it. All right. When you actually do it, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. Sometimes it ain't as hard as you may think it is. Sometimes. But this is all the condition of the battle. Everybody got that demon that they battle, that chief demon. All right. All these spirits, they just want to bully us. But even the spirits know we the sons of God at the end of the day. We got power with the Most High. All right. So let's get another precept. Or I'll finish this out. Verse 58. It says, what? That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest live. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. He said, look, if you be overcome, you're going to suffer. And that's how it is with these bullies on a carnal level. If you don't overcome that bully, he going to punk you out every day. You'll be giving him lunch money until you graduate high school. All right. He'll be dogging you out, man. Slap you upside the head because you just overcome. Yeah, man, you just got overcame. All right. You're going to suffer. And on a spiritual level, if you get overcome by these demons, you'll suffer. They'll forever get the best of you. It's going to be deeper than you just battling a certain sin for a season. You're going to get consumed with that evil and that wickedness, and now it's no coming back. But if you get the victory, you're going to receive the thing that the Lord say. And there's many things that the Lord said he's going to reward us if we get the victory. I mean, many glorified bodies, spiritual powers.
Right.
All right. Head, a kingdom, right? Rank. All right. Honor, glory. You're going to be that guy in the kingdom, known for enduring the tribulation. Whether you 1/3, 144, or 12, doesn't matter. You made it and you were found righteous. All right. The whole earth would be at our disposal. You would be ruler over 5 cities, 7, 11, whatever, 12. Okay. There's many things that the Lord say. All right. You'll get that crown. Okay. There's many things. So we got to endure the condition of the battle and overcome our demons, man. Overcome all these bullies, right? That try to overthrow us. We must overcome them at all costs, man. Okay. And get another precept. Let's get the book of Romans, right? Chapter 8 and verse 20. Because you got to endure the condition of the battle in this thing, man. We have to fight. You've been signed up to fight. Just how Esau enlists people in his army, you've been enlisted in the army of the Lord. Now you got to battle. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse number 20. It says what? For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same and hope. So this is the battle that we got to fight. We by default have been subject to vanity. This is part of the condition of the battle. So a lot of times we do things we don't want to do. We stuck in this evil, wicked flesh. We prisoners. We are the fallen angels that's imprisoned in this flesh now. Okay. And we're waiting to be freed. So this is part of the condition of the battle that must be endured. The fact that we made subject to vanity. Like I said, brothers want to be on fire 25/8. But sometimes you just drift off and you play the game for an hour when, yes, you could have studied. You scroll on Instagram laughing, hee ha ha, when, yes, you could have went over 10 new precepts. Yes, that's what happens because you're subject to vanity. And you got to learn how to bring this flesh in subjection, like Paul said in 1 Corinthians 9:25 on down. It says what? But by reason of him that have subjected the same in hope. So you're not subject to vanity just for the hell of it. The Lord ain't just, oh yes, let's make him subject to vanity. Why not? No, it's so you can actually have hope. Okay. Just from the way back in the time of Adam, things wasn't so easy no more. Now we actually got something to fight for. Now we actually have a battle that we must win, a war that we must win. And we subject in hope because now we realize we can't do it on our own. So if you can't get the job done, who you going to hope in to do it for you? The Most High, his son, Yahushua, having freed us right? From the curse of death. All right. So yes, this is part of the condition of the battle that we got to fight. The fact that we subject to vanity, but it's by reason of hope. All right. Salaki.
Khan. Yeah, that was a good point. When he talked about the bully, it made me think of this show, Spider-Man show. Is like when, whenever Peter Parker, whenever he would slightly show the bully Flash Thompson that like he can fight back, he'd be shocked. He'd be confounded because he's been bullying him all his life. So it's like, where did this come from? Why does he want to bust up now? Now I don't know what to do. And that goes to show these demons is like when they hounding us, continually. It's like, I mean, why? I mean, like once we, get out of our shell, we call on the Lord, we start fighting back. Now they confound it because they're so used to, be like I say, it's the same demon, for months and months or weeks and weeks, But I want to get this precept, and oh yeah, and back on that point, it's like, I mean, Spider-Man, he will always have to, go back. He always want to hide his identity, but we're not hiding our identity. These demons like, no, we sons of God, and we gonna fight back no matter what. We're gonna make it through. But I want to get this precept in the second Ezra chapter 12 and verse 47. It says, "For the highest hath you in remembrance, and the mighty hath not forgotten you in temptation." So no matter what we're going through, it says the mighty had not forgotten you in temptation. So the Most High knows that we're going through these trials. The Most High knows that we battle in this flesh. The Most High knows, we're calling on him and, we're trying to have that faith. And he knows it's hard. But it says what? He has not forgotten you. So like it says in First Corinthians, Most High hasn't given us nothing that we can't handle, greatly paraphrasing, through the mouth of Paul. So he knows exactly what we're gonna go through, So let's and back in Romans chapter 15, verse 4, everything is written for our learning and understanding. And that's why we have these accounts and these precepts. So when it says he hasn't forgotten us in temptation, that should give you courage and hope that, okay, well, I know this is all set up like this for a reason. So, let me show myself a man, be valiant. Let me get through this thing through the spirit. Shalom, King.
I'm back, Salakia. Quick little intermission, Salakia. All right. Was you done, King?
I mean, if you have more, King, I'll just go after you.
Okay, Kyle, praises. All right, let's get the book Galatians, right? Still touching on this condition of battle, how we subject to vanity. So, and that may be hard for some people to grasp and understand, the fact that we subject to vanity, but the Lord gave you the plain, clear-cut answer that is so that you may have hope. So we're going to have to fight in this truth, having hope, and understanding that we're not subject to vanity just for damn giggles and laughs. All right. It's so we can actually have hope and really have something to fight for and strive for. Because if things was just as easy as they was back then with Adam, of course, before he went off, I mean, who are we really looking toward at the end of the day? Who are we really asking for mercy, asking to be patient with us, to be long suffering with us, asking for forgiveness? I mean, who would it be? So, sometimes you gotta fall to get built up. Things have to crumble and get torn down just to get built back up better and more beautiful. So it's a lot of things we gotta endure, especially when it comes to the condition of the battle. All right. And this part of the condition of the battle too. This is book Galatians chapter 5 and verse number 17. It says, "What? For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would." So we have to fight our spirit, fight against the flesh each and every day. They contrary to each other. This also the part of the condition of the battle. And obviously we know you can't let the flesh get the victory. The spirit got to prevail. That inner man got to prevail. That man that wants righteousness. That man that really wants the kingdom has to prevail. Because if the flesh prevail, you'll be going off all dang day. You'll never repent. You'll be fulfilling your own heart's desire, fulfilling your own lust. Flesh will consume you. You will be desperately evil and wicked and off. So look, this is part of the battle. This is the condition of the battle that you got to endure. And you may have a week where the flesh kind of get the victory a little bit. You probably wasn't that mighty this week. You probably could have went harder in a lot of areas. You might have fell short. You might have been distracted. Might have gave a little bit time and attention, a little bit too much time and attention to vanity. All right, serving the diverse lust of the flesh. Why? Because it's a battle. Now you can't give up. You can't be letting Satan hop all in your mind. Oh man, some flesh got the best of me. I know the Lord hates me now. No, brother. Endure, get back on your A game, and let the spirit prevail moving forward. Get that reading in, get that fasting in, get that praying in, get that studying in. I got to fight against the flesh. I got to fight against being distracted. I got to try my best not to be distracted. When distractions do come about, I got to hurry up and lock back in and block them off. All right. I got to stay focused. Okay, it's always something just trying to get in the way. Here I am locked in trying to do my thing. There's always something, man. Always. All right. You can't never just have 100% focus and me time, so-called. It's always something about it. It's something.
Always.
I can't give up and say, I'll never have peace. No, man. Can't never focus. I can't just start whining and crying and pouting. I got to endure the condition of the battle and come up with strategies and ways to really lock in on the high level that I would love to do. All right. Give me another preset. Let's go back to that. All right. Link that up with Romans 7. This fight against the flesh. The classic. Romans 7 and 18. It says what? For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not. So when it comes to the flesh, it's just not good. It's not no righteousness really found in this flesh. Because this flesh really is what's subject to vanity. Because your spirit really want to serve the Most High with everything you got in it. All right. But if you let the flesh consume you, then your spirit going to be subject to vanity too. And that's when, you start waxing words, just going off, not caring anymore, just being relentlessly evil and wicked. All right. Our spirits, the inner man, it grown, like it talk about in Romans the 8th chapter again. That inner spirit is groaning because it want righteousness. It want to serve the Most High fervently, day in and day out, every minute, every second of the day. All right. It's hungering and thirsting to be adopted to what? Righteousness, to a glorified body with the commandments in its inward parts. All right. We waiting to manifest fully into that beautiful, true image of being the sons of God on that beautiful level. All right. So Paul said, look, it's not really nothing good in my flesh, man. All right. When I'm looking to see how to perform, that's what's good. I don't find it in my flesh. So this is also the condition of the battle, having to fight against this flesh. All right. Week in and week out, day in and day out. I want to drop down. Right. Verse 24, it says, what? Oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from this body of death? Right. And we just patiently waiting to be delivered from this body of death. But that's the condition of the battle. You have to war. You have to war and fight fervently so you could be delivered from this body of death. This wicked, evil flesh that doesn't want anything good. Okay. This is part of the condition of the battle, man. You got to fight until we transformed into the elite, Lord willing, holy, elect, righteous men, women, and children that we ought to be, man. All right. Yeah, precept king.
Khan, let's get Job 23 and verse 10.
Khan, this book of Job. Right.
Because if we're if it's written for our understanding, let's see the confidence of what Job said.
Khan, the book of Job, chapter 23, verse number 10. But he knoweth the way that I take. Right. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
Read on.
But have held his steps. His way have I kept and not declined.
So Job had confidence. Job didn't lose faith. Job didn't just throw in the towel after, the hell he was catching. I mean, who not to look to, that went through trials in the scriptures than Job? It's a perfect example. So what we catch on a day-to-day basis is absolutely nothing, to what Job went through. It says, when he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Now, after everyone knows what Job went through. After Job, what he's going through, he says, I shall come forth as gold. Now, imagine that. Imagine saying something like that. Like that's absolutely amazing. You know, our car breakdown, we're short on rent, you know, short on bills, and you know, we're all catching hell at our job, and you know, it's like we just can't catch a break. But you know what this man went through, he said, "I shall come forth as gold." So just looking at that, that should just give us hope that this is written for our learning. And he says, "My foot hath held his steps; his way have I kept and not declined." I mean, here it's such a beautiful scripture because it just shows us that we should have confidence and that everything will be all right. We should have confidence, like keep on saying that we see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, no matter what. And I wanted to get an account in Daniel chapter 6 and verse 16.
This book of Daniel, right? Chapter 6, verse 16 says what? It says, then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the lion's den, into the den of lions, Salakia. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee.
See that? Crazy. Can you jump down 22?
And he really scoffing.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It says what? Verse number 22. My God have sent his angel and have shut the lions' mouths.
See that?
They have not hurt me. For as much as before him, innocence was found in me. Innocency was found in me. And also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt.
Now that's the point, 23.
23, it says what? Then was the king exceeding glad for him and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him because he believed in his God.
What's that?
Because he believed in his God.
That's exactly why Daniel was delivered. He had faith. I mean, just imagine being face to face with a lion, like just it's crazy to even think about it. So it says because he believed in his God, he had faith through the trial and tribulation that he was in, he was delivered out of it. And it says the king exceedingly glad for him. So I mean that it's a perfect example to look at. So no matter what, things will always get better, no matter how worse it may seem. Okay. And I wanted to give one more precept, King. Let's get Isaiah 64 and verse 4.
This book Isaiah, right? Chapter 64 and verse 4. So like, yeah. Isaiah 64 and 4, it says what? For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O God, besides thee, what he hath prepared for him that waited for him.
See, so when we wait throughout, you know, tribulations that we go through, when we wait through the condition of the battle that we face, see, we're waiting for things that we have not seen, like, and we have not heard. We don't essentially like it's beautiful because it's a surprise, like what we're going. I mean, we know, but at the end of the day, it increases our faith knowing the reward in this. So it's all for something. It's not all for naught. You know, the condition of battles is to help us for a reason. You know, it's a reward at the end of this. And and Paul quotes this in 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 9. So hey, yeah, you got it, King.
God, that's a beautiful point, man. It's a lot of beautiful things that's laid up for brothers and sisters and children that actually endure the condition of the battle. Because if you don't endure, then essentially you don't get a reward. Now, who don't want to be rewarded? I mean, look at everything you go through. I mean, I would love to get somebody at the end of the day out of this, you know. And it's really me personally. I don't, the carnal things, they mighty, but me personally, I can't wait to just be righteous.
Yeah,
you know, I can't wait to just be. I want righteousness flowing through my veins, man. I want to be on fire. I don't never want to do nothing wrong against the Most High ever again, man. All right. There's gonna be a lot of carnal, beautiful things: land, money, riches, gold, you know, jewels, things of that nature. But man, I can't wait to just be righteous to my God all the way, all the way. All right. But nevertheless, let's dive into it. I want to get this real quick. Mighty points, brother, King. Mighty points.
Oh, praise the Most High.
This book is Sirach, right? Chapter 40. I'm starting at verse 1. It says what? Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things, meaning what, the grave. So it says what, bro? Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. So when it comes to enduring the condition of the battle for us, we have a bit heavier yoke upon our necks. I mean, we the only people under the curses. Now, you can have somebody that want to be petty. Everybody go through this. Everybody go yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we know. All right. We know. That was never the point. It's not written that don't nobody on earth go through nothing. Okay. But the Israelites, we had the curses upon us. Life is excruciatingly more difficult for us than your average human being, than any other nation. We went through it the most, and we continuously go through it the most. Nobody go through it more than us. Okay, so this yoke, you have to bear a yoke. So when it comes to enduring the condition of the battle, is many things we have to bear. All right, I mean, everybody hates us. We've been bearing that yoke for forever.
All right.
They tell you, I believe that's First Maccabees 2:10. What nation have not had part in her spoils? So everybody has plundered and obliterated us. All right, since we can last remember. Okay, our men, women, children were famished in slavery, ruthlessly destroyed, humiliated, annihilated, obliterated, decimated. However you want to put it. All right, we just been dragged through the darn mud relentlessly. Okay, these are things we have to bear. Generational curses. We have to bear that yoke as well. All right. We have to bear Deuteronomy 28:54. We have to bear that to this day. Evil eye. Every time I look up on the news, a black man has killed another black man. Okay, gang violence. Okay, all manner of evil and wickedness. So we have a lot to bear. And all these things weigh down the soul. It weigh down the mind. So that makes the condition of this battle greatly difficult for the Israelites, for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It says what? Verse number 2. Their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. And that's part of the curses as well. Deuteronomy 28. All right. We have no assurance of our life. Death worries us, man. So it just worries us. Jake don't even have confidence in seeing the next day, man. All right. These are things we go through. This is a condition of the battle that we got to endure. The stresses, the worries, the doubts, the depressions, the anxieties. All right. It says what? From him that sitteth upon the throne of, or sitteth on a throne of glory, unto him that is humble in earth and ashes. So, I mean, every Israelite go through it. Every Israelite got to endure this battle, from the greatest of us to the least of us. All right. It says what? From him that weareth purple in a crown, royal apparel and clothing, unto him that is clothed in a linen frock. All right. It says wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge. A little or nothing is his rest, and afterward he is in his sleep, as in a day of keeping watch, trouble in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of a battle. When all is safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. So we constantly going through it. We don't even have mental rest. Okay. It says such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. So when it comes to enduring this condition of the battle, I mean, look at all the things that just got listed in name. We already go through those things. You damn sure don't want to go off and make it worse. And every brother has one off. So every brother essentially knows how hard this truth can be when you go off. I mean, we already go through it. You could be on fire and you still gonna catch hell and go through all these diverse things. All right. And the Lord say, look, you go off, it's even worse, man. It's even worse. So you already got the condition of the battle on one fold, and then you go off, you got damn boss level condition of the battle.
Right.
Hey, man, Jake done been there. The final, you got the final boss, man. So when you endure the condition of the battle, You definitely don't want to despise the chastening of the Lord and get upset and angry with the Lord and start to make things worse upon yourself. That's one thing you don't want to do, because a lot of people go through that. Some people, they go through things so bad, they give up, they say skip it, and they just join the dark side. All right. That's like Jake. Jake could get peer pressure to be in the game. He's like, nah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. All right. You gotta keep fighting. That's his battle that he gotta fight. You better keep saying you don't want to do it and flee from the wicked. All right. Get away from the wicked. Don't be around them. But some Jakes give in. And they do what needs to be done to enter the game. Now things are going to be worse for them. Now you're facing life in jail. All right. Now you're facing the so-called ops wanting to shoot you and kill you. All right. So you can't fold in this condition of the battle, because things are only going to get worse. Life going to get worse. It's not going to get better. All right. But that just go to show you all the several different things that we have to go through. All right. That may not explicitly or verbatim be written the same way in the curses. Okay. But these are the things that we have to go through, man. This is the heavy battle that we got to fight. Mental frustration. No ease of mind. Worrying about dying. Don't know if you're going to live to see the next day. Troubles. All right. Trials. How I'm going to get this done. How I'm going to get that done. Just frustrated and blocked off with depression on every side. This is stuff people go through. Yet what? You got to endure. You can't give up. Now, somebody may read that and say, well, how can I endure when all this is going on? All right. Like the brother Josiah mentioned several times, faith, belief, hope, calling on the Lord, trusting in him like Daniel did. Trusting in the Lord and kept his faith in the Most High, and he got delivered. So you can get delivered from all of that. All right. And the ultimate deliverance is going to be making it, Lord willing. All right. And we at that ultimate rest. Lord said you got to labor until your rest in Hebrews 4th chapter. All right. Here's another precept. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra. Right. Classic. 2nd Ezra 4:29-31. It says, what? If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down. So if that what is actually sown be not turned upside down, because when you sow something, you dig a hole, you put the seed in it, you cover it up. All right. It says what? And if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So sometimes things got to be broken down, tore up, redid, recultivated, so something good can actually come forth of it. Because they say the place where the evil is sown, if that's not passed away, meaning if we ain't get past that checkpoint, then cannot it come that is sown with the good. So sometimes you got to get rid of things. You got to break and tear things down just for something better to actually come forth of it. You have to. That's just the way of life sometimes, the cycle of life, as some would say. It says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have it brought up into this time, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come. It says, what? Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed have brought forth. All right, so really, essentially, evilness is going to be around until it's time for righteousness to come forth. Right. Until it's time for the earth to be completely ran in righteousness. So this is just something that we got to deal with. So the condition of the battle is something that you just got to deal with until what? You have labored until your rest, until you have gotten the victory. So I bring this out to say that you can't run away from the battle until the battle is done. You got to endure till this thing is completed, till it's done and over with and finished. Paul said, I have finished my course with joy. Okay. I mean, we got to keep fighting until we've won. Okay. The evil is not going to go nowhere until it's time for it to actually go somewhere. No matter how on fire you is, you walk outside, it's some freakism around the world somewhere. It's some evil going on. You go on the internet, somebody else shot and dead. There's something else going on in the hood. These things ain't going nowhere until what? until it's time for that righteousness to really be bestowed upon the earth in its full capacity. And it's going to start with the Israelites. All right, going to shoot forth that righteousness. And look, everybody going to have to get in line, get in order, but it's going to start with us. All right. Get another precept. So that's why Jake got to endure the condition of the battle. The battle not going nowhere. All right. It's not going nowhere until it's done.
All right.
Ain't no, I mean, the only way the battle can go somewhere is if the Lord just call on you to, go home and to sleep. That's the only way the battle is over with. All right. And that's only going to be for a dispensation of time. All right. Let's get 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter. One of my favorite accounts. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 6. I'm going to read all the way down to 10. I love this, right? It's one of my favorites. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. All right. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left, a deep water. So let's parallel this. Essentially, this city is the kingdom. It's full of all good things. It's set upon a broad field. It's vast. It's mighty. Now, the interest is to get to the kingdom. Now, that there is not too broad. That's narrow. It's a tightrope. And it is set in a dangerous place to fall. Meaning what? You're going to have to go through the battle to get through this beautiful thing. You got to go through the thorns before you can touch the rose. All right? You're going to have to go through the ugly and the bad before you get the beautiful and the good. Okay? It says like as if it were a fire on the right hand and on the left, deep water. So it's bad either way you go. You fall to the left or right, don't matter. Meaning what? You force to walk this tightrope. You forced to walk this thing down. You don't have a choice. You got to stay on that perfect line. And that doesn't mean you won't, because we all fall short. So that doesn't mean you won't kind of teeter a little bit. Oh, it's getting hot. Oh, almost dry. Oh. It's a tightrope. You got to balance. And the Lord loves a just balance. All right. It says what? And one only path between them both. It's only one path between that fire and that water. Even between the fire and the water. So small that there could but one man go there at once. So one by one can a man go into this thing. One by one. You can't bunch 5 people up and shove them. No. It'll be a disaster. So the elect is being sealed one by one, working their way to this kingdom. One by one. Working their way into that full stature of Yahushua and going through one at a time. It says what? Now check it out. Here's the part. It's my favorite part here. I love this part. Verse number 9. If this city now were given into a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how should he receive his inheritance? I love that precept. It's one of my favorite, in the whole Bible, man. It's one of my favorite, man. The kingdom awaits us. It's our inheritance, Lord willing. Lord willing, we elect, man. And nothing less. But if we don't go through the things necessary to get to our inheritance, how will we ever get to it, man? How? That's why this is the condition of the battle. That's why. If you don't go through what it takes to get what you want, you will never get it. Never. Not ever in life. Even with the simplest of things, man. You want a new house? Where you going to get the money from? You want a new car? Why are you going to buy that car unless you stack? Stack the money. Grind. Now, you can go get a loan. Sure, cool. That loan must needs to be paid back. How you going to do that? All right. Straight up and down. You want the finer things in life? Well, you got to get on your grind. And you got to endure. You got to fight. You got to endure through the condition of the battle. You got to fight full of what? Hope, faith, confidence, righteous works. because it ain't no easy way out. The Lord just told you it's fire and water. Either you're going to burn or you're going to drown. All right. And for us, we got to have a mindset that neither one is an option, man. We're going to walk that narrow path. We're going to walk that path. That got to be your mentality. Brothers go through it all day, every day. But falling out can't be an option. That's your mindset that you got to have. And we don't know none of our lots. God forbid, that's part of the lot to fall out. God forbid. But you, in your mind, you got to think to yourself every day, I got to get this kingdom, man. I got to. You can't let falling out be an option. That's how these athletes think. Losing is not an option. You got athletes that think like that. How much more you? You in the truth. You got faith. Your mind on the right track. The Most High dealing with you. So losing can't be an option for us, man. All right. It says what? Verse 10. Here's the super mighty point. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, man. I love that part right there. I love that part right there. I love that part, bro. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I mean, really, this whole thing, fire. Reading all the way on down. All the way on down. Verse 14. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, right? They can never receive those that are laid up for them. So we had never received the true mighty riches that's laid up for us if we don't go through the things that we have to go through. If we don't have to go through, if we don't go through the trials and tribulation and the vain things that we must go through on a daily basis. Paying your rent is dang near vain. The same place you paying rent for is going to be destroyed by a nuclear fire. You're not taking it to the kingdom with you, bro. That car, all right, clocking in each and every darn day, when it's all said and done, is vain. You're not taking a job with you. You're not taking your savings with you. So it's overall vain. Now, do it matter for the day-to-day basis? Of course it does. You can't be broke. You can't leave your family starving and hungry. You can't not have a roof over your head or no transit. Of course, it's going to matter for right now. When it's all said and done, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all gone, destroyed, smithereens, powder, ashes, dust. All right, it don't even matter. But if you can't endure through all of that, these little things we go through, the condition of the battle, I mean, well, how you going to get to the true riches? Right? How you going to get to the things that were moth and rust do if not corrupt? All right. How you gonna get the kingdom, man? How? I just want to read it down anyway because it's so mighty. Verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world. Right, and the world is made for our sake. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail, which is what the condition of the battle that you must endure. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. So the road to the kingdom is painful. It's perils, it's dangers, it's sorrow, it's travail, it's woes, depressions, doubts, worries, stresses. But you got to endure through it all. You got to endure the condition of the battle. You must fight the good fight. It says, for the interests of the elder world were wide and short and brought immortal fruit. It says what? If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So I mean, I love this truth. I love the condition of the battle. I need it. It's only going to sharpen and mold in us to be the mighty men of God that we ought to be. The sons, the daughters, the children of the Lord. It's all it's going to do. You got to love to fight, man. You got to hunger and thirst to battle each and every day. I ain't had my best day today. I didn't wake up blazing on fire. I wasn't just poof in the spirit. I know all the breakdown. No. I had to fight tiredness. I had to fight pain in the shoulder, pain in the arms. I had to say, skip it, that's nothing, and still scribe out my breakdown. I had to go over Revelation 22. I had to scribe it out of my book, and I still ain't done. I had to do this video. I owe the Lord big time. I can't pay him short wages. He need the full amount, man. All right. I got to get into this thing. Okay, some gonna try to weigh me down every darn day. Okay, but I gotta fight through it, man. This is the battle. I don't want to give up. I want to fight. All right. You got Precept King.
I got a couple more.
Bring it on.
Let's get Judges 16 and verse 28.
It's the book of Judges, right? Chapter 16 and verse 28.
Kind of Salakia. This is touching on a point where you said earlier when you said basically we at rock bottom. I'll explain at the end of the count. You go every king.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 28.
All right.
What? And Samson called unto the Lord and said, O Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Shai, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once, O Yahweh, that I may be at once avenged to the Philistines for my 2 eyes.
And Salakia. So, after, Samson gave his strength unto a woman, and we all know the story, what happens next. He's calling the Lord basically at rock bottom, he's at down bad. He's saying he's calling the Lord, and that's what we should do in these trials, right? Go ahead, read, King.
It says what? It says, verse 29, and Samson took hold of the 2 middle it says Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand and of the other with his left. Verse number 30. And Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might. And the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life.
And that's mighty. Like him calling the Lord at the end of his life, he killed more heathen than he did all his life. And that's having faith in our trials, because if we just say we went off and now we feel like the Most High not dealing with us, we gotta realize it's a condition of the battle that man should fight. So having that faith, fighting that good fight of faith, especially in that moment, that's all you got. Go ahead, King.
I got a quick point too, because the way the Most High just gave me the revelation through the Spirit to look at that is the day of temptation, man. Overcoming that one final moment, bruh. Because this is a condition of the battle. We're gonna have to battle all the way up until we can't battle no more. So all the people he slew on the regular, that's like you overcoming daily struggles, everyday struggles, regular stuff. But it was that one moment. This was boss level. It's like he defeated one big demon at one time. And that's like the hour of temptation when your life on the line. Imagine your life on the line, martyrdom, neck under the guillotine. This your final moment. This could make or break you. If you fall in that moment, all the mini battles and all that don't even mean nothing no more. The real deal, the main level is what count.
All right.
The Lord mentioned, he said, look, this final moment, he trumped it all at that moment. He killed more people at one time than he did throughout his whole lifetime, man. It's like in that one main big demon, man. It's like your last trial. The Lord say, look, this the last thing I need you to go through before I let you get the kingdom. This here right here. This here is gonna make or break. This gonna show power right here. It's fine.
Khan. Yeah, it's mighty because it says, so the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew all his life. I mean, that it's a mighty account, because it shows you that Samson, he called out, like, though he know that his hair is gone, he don't have his strength, and he's at rock bottom. It's like, wow, like now I'm just gonna try, and maybe the Lord will hear me. Lord, just hear me this last time. And that's us, we fall short, and we're going, we're trying to be battle tested. We're calling the Lord, just hopefully the Lord hear me. Bam, it just come out of nowhere, So do you have more, King?
Yeah, I mean, I do got more, but if
expounded on this.
No, that was it. Satan kind of, he worked his quick second, but we're gonna keep working, man.
All praises. And through these trials, that's Luke 21:19, and your patience possess your souls. So and let's get Luke 22. Let's get the book of Luke. Got just a few more Let's get Luke 22 and let's start at verse 41. I can read it out if you want.
22 and verse number 41. It says what? Luke 22 and 41. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast. Salaki, King, you got it.
Con. So it's Luke 22 and verse 41. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. So we might want, our hell to be that we're catching just to be over, or just to shorten up a little bit, or the fire to be, to lighten up, and all these different things. But Yahushua here, I mean, what better example to look at than Yahushua? He could have stopped a lot of things throughout his whole gospel, but he let things happen because he knew it was the Father's will. And us going through hell, we know that it's the Father's will to make us come forth as gold, Lord willing. So, nevertheless, we have to say, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. So just know that it's the Most High. He's trying you. Verse 43, it says, and there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. So if we ask the Most High, we have faith. It says right here, an angel came to Yahushua, like an angel would come to us and comfort us through whatever we're going through. Because my type of catching hell can be different from yours, from Inaz catching hell, or anybody else, any brothers and sisters. We all have different trials and tribulations. It's all different, but nevertheless, we're still calling the Lord to come and and save us through His Spirit. Verse 44, it says, and being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly. See, and that's what we have to do as well. We're going through prayer. I mean, it's like we're going through trials. Pray, because prayer is like our superpower. Because that once we have faith that prayer will be heard, and we throw it up through Spirit, the Most High can hear it and deliver us. It says, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. And I mean, Yahushua was sweating blood. He's really worried. Like he was scared. He didn't want to go on that cross, but he said, "Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done." Like it's a perfect account to look at. So it's like no matter what I'm going through, whatever Most High, whatever you want to be done, whatever you want to happen, throughout this whole test, just let it happen. I'm gonna gird my loins and show myself a man, be valiant. And I got two more. It said Matthew 5:4. Baba Shah.
Khan. It's the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 5 and verse number 4. Right? Let's deal with it. Clicked on that line. So like here. Matthew chapter 5, verse number 4. It says what? Matthew 5:4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
So those who are mourning is us going through these tribulations and catching all these types of hell. It says, blessed are they that mourn, for they should be comforted. It's not going to be like this forever. It's not just like this. Is not just the point, just all the way to the point of being an Israelite. Because, like I said earlier, through Spirit, we have a reward at the end of this. It's not just the Most High don't like us. In Wisdom of Solomon 3:9, it says that the Most High has cared for His elect. And earlier, like I quoted in Second Ezra, he said, "The Most High haven't forgotten you in temptation." So all this is for us. All this is for our betterment. In this walk, in this truth. Is meant to happen. So the last thing we want to do is, David even said, he said, "I am cut off," but he trusted in the Lord, greatly paraphrasing. So, all we have to do through Spirit is have faith, that the Most High will deliver us out of, the tribulations. You got it, King.
Khan. All praise the Most High. Fire points started for getting in there too, King. Satan I tell you, boy, try to work that work, man. It's all good. We're gonna work hard. It's condition of the battle. Mid video, we're gonna work hard. It don't even matter. All right. Let me get a quick preset. Let's go to the book of Job, right? Chapter 13 and verse number 15. Classic. It says, what? Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him. So when we is going through the condition of the battle, when the Lord is chastening us, proving us, trying us, we got to maintain our ways before the Lord. You can't make the excuse, oh, I'm going through it, so I did this and I did that. All right. That's in no wise a legitimate reason for you to start going off, to start doing things out of the normal. No. So even when you is going through the flame, when you is going through the fire, you still got to maintain your ways before Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The Lord not going to let you off. Oh, well, I only did this, Lord, because you put me through this. So yeah, no. Going through trial and tribulation do not equal the right to go off. No. So even when the Lord is dealing with you, you still got to maintain your ways before him. You still got to find a way to prevail and be diligent and be on fire. Salakia. All right, make mistake, do that. Make mistake, click the thing. Salakia, fam. Right. Let's keep going, though. Let's get another precept. I want to go to Ezekiel 22:14. Another one of my favorite precepts as touching this topic chiefly. It says what? Ezekiel 22 and verse number 14, it says, can thy heart endure, or can thy hands be strong in the days that I shall deal with thee? I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it. So that's something we got to ask ourselves. That's something we got to strive to do, is let our hearts be strong. All right, let our heart endure and our hands be strong when the Lord is dealing with us. All right, because the Lord say, look, I've spoken it and I'm going to do it. The Lord going to deal with you. You can't stop the Lord. You can't ask. I mean, like, you can ask it, but I don't know what kind of answer you're going to get. But asking the Lord to not chasten you is like, how can you even ask that? I mean, you this is what you was born for. You can't ask the Lord, please don't put me through nothing. Well, how will you ever learn endurance? How will you? That's why brother say it all the time. Brother say, look, I pray for patience. I start going through all type of stuff to force me to have patience. Duh. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly. You ask for strength. If you pray to the Lord for strength, you think you just wake up and your muscles buff? No. The Lord don't care about that strength. He going to put you through a troubling time, and you're going to have to pick and choose how strong you can be. All right. You pray for patience, the Lord going to put you through something that's going to stretch your patience thin, that you may learn to have patience and hold it down no matter how crazy things get. All right. So when you ask for certain things, you got to be prepared to go through these things to get what you ask for. So the Lord say, look, can your heart endure? And your heart symbolic for your mind. Can your mind stay in the right frame when you're going through hell? You know, some people tired go flat, they'll bug out. Why would you do this to me, Lord? Come on, man. This is the third flat this month. What have I done? All right, just start losing their mind. Okay. It say what? Or can thy hands be strong? And your hands represent your works. So when you is going through it, is you going to strive to work your work? Is you going to strive to put a brick in? Is you going to strive to be on fire and try to maintain your flame in some capacity? Because the Lord say, look, in the days that I shall deal with thee. And the Lord going to deal with you. He said, look, I will do it. I've spoken it and I will do it. All right. Brothers and sisters go through everything. Some brothers, rather be broke for a whole year strong. Broke. Penny pinching. Job here, job there. You're just going through it. Whether you're getting judged, whether you're being chastened, brother, finances suck for a whole year. All right. Now that brother, look, if a brother really moving in the spirit, he gonna endure that. All right. And he gonna wait for the Lord to bless him, because it ain't nothing for the Lord to make a poor man rich. But then you got another type of brother that may say, look, I'm tired of being broke. This is getting on my nerves. There's no way the Lord dealing with me. He'll never bring me this financially low. Finna hit the block. Well, his heart not enduring, and his hands ain't being strong. That's the final decision. All right. And that ain't maintaining your ways before the Lord, man. You can't say, oh, I'm going through it, I'm broke, time to sell a brick. Brother, no. But that's what happens when you lose patience in the condition of the battle. That's what happens when you lose patience, man. All right. That's exactly what happened. You fall short and you do things that you ought not to do. Okay. That ain't the right option when you catch a hell and going through it. You want to do the righteous thing by all means possible. All right. Let's get in there with another one. Let's see what else I got. I have a few more on this. We'll finish this thing out, Lord willing, in its full capacity, then close out. Do got to go to camp. This James 5, right? Verse number 10. I'm read through 11. James 5, 10 through 11, it says what? Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. So this is what James said. He said, look at the prophets for an example. They suffered affliction. They had to endure the condition of the battle. All right. I mean, one Jeremiah put in a dungeon and in the stocks. All right. I don't know nobody that been put in a dungeon. Now, a lot of people know a lot of people that know a lot of people that have been through a lot of things. But I don't know nobody that went in the dungeon. Not me. I don't know. All right. So, brother, you ain't got that much to cry about. You ain't been put in a dungeon. It's dark and scary and creepy. All right. It say, look at the prophets for an example of suffering. Suffering, affliction. And look, they did what they was patient. That was Elijah. He was scared for his life. Jezebel was cutting off the prophets, man. All right. Ain't nobody running around chasing you, trying to kill you. Not yet. All right, not yet. So if you can't be patient and endure these little things, well, somebody is running around trying to chop your head off and behave. What are you gonna do then? Your heart gonna have to be strong. All right. I mean, your hands gonna have to be strong, and your heart gonna have to endure it. All right. So a lot of our forefathers went through a lot of things. All right. Abraham had to use wisdom when they took Sarah. He said, look, they're gonna take you and kill me. In Genesis 12th chapter. He had to use skill and wit. He didn't lose patience and just start bugging out. Nope. He endured and dealt with it till the Lord delivered him. All right. It says, well, let's keep reading. It says, behold, we count them happy which endure. No, boy. I mean, that's a dagger in itself. Say, look, the men that endure, we count them happy. All right. Because a lot of people, they think we crazy. On the outside looking in, people that might not be in this truth yet, they'll look at us crazy. Y'all really outside? It say it's 2 degrees. The real feel is 2 degrees. Why are y'all out there? Y'all not cold? Y'all crazy. Y'all tripping. I never do that. Yeah, we know you won't. All right. But we happy because we go endure in the freezing below colds, like Tazim always say. All right. The blazing 90 degrees heats. We're going to endure that. We're happy. It feel good going out there laboring for the Lord in the brick cold, toes froze. All right. Them fingers feel like they're about to fall off. And we standing there being popsicles for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. It feels amazing. Because when it's all said and done, we go home and we did that for the Lord. All praise to the Most. He strengthened us to endure. I mean, you got people out here trying to sell dime bags in a freezing cold. Nobody said nothing to them. They cheering him on. Yeah, man, hustle all seasons. Yeah, we hustle all seasons. The grind don't stop. All right. Wow. He's selling damn dime bags. All right, in the freezing below colds. And they cheering him on. Yeah, the grind don't stop, man. That's my dog right there. He always grind. All right. But when it comes to us doing something for the Most High, we retarded. We crazy. We're Power Rangers. All right. We everything under the sun. It says, ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. So we got to endure like our forefather Job, man. All right. He held it down and was patient. And we seen the latter end of Job. He was increased. Okay. So what do you think gonna happen to us if we endure the condition of the battle? If we keep fighting and stand fervent in the spirit, the Lord going to take care of us and increase us too. And for everybody that forsake houses, wives, and all of that stuff, look, you receive 100-fold. Okay. Right. Let's get another one. Get Isaiah 48:10. It's one of my favorite precepts. But Isaiah, because Josiah made me think of this when we talk about us going through the gold, going through the fire. I said going through the gold, going through the fire that we may become gold. It says what? The book of Isaiah 48 and verse number 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So the Lord said he chose us in the furnace of affliction, man. That's how you really gonna become chosen. That's how you really gonna get the kingdom. You got to go through that furnace of affliction. You got to go through that level 1,000 degrees of pure heat, pure affliction, pure trial, which is what ultimately enduring this truth, enduring everything that come with this truth, until the Lord, until the Lord see you fit to have fulfill all that he wanted you to fulfill. All right. So that's why, we gold in the furnace, man. We gold in the furnace. And it's not your literal furnace. It's the furnace of affliction, because that's the condition of the battle. So you got to ask yourself, do you really want to be that pure gold? And if you do, then you got to ask yourself, do you really want to endure the affliction that it takes to become that pure gold? Do you really want to endure the condition of the battle? And I like how the Lord worked, because with some brothers, upon coming into the truth, he just throw you in there. He just throw you in there.
Yeah.
He wake you up to the knowledge of the truth and just throw you in there. Some people, they get to be on the outside looking in, and they kind of, dang, I see all that they go through. Some of them get arrested by the police. Do I really want to go through that? Some people, you never even see that side of the truth. All you see is regular camp videos, people getting cut up, people getting edified, and then the Most High put in your spirit, and you go out there. You don't know nothing about brothers trying to harm the camp. You don't know nothing about the police antagonizing them. You don't know nothing about none of that. I remember when I first came to the truth, I never seen that side of things. Never. Most High just threw me out there. All I ever seen was edification on YouTube videos, people getting edified, some scoffers, scoffers getting cut up. That's all I seen. I never thought anybody would try to do anything to us. I knew people would dislike us because it's the truth. That was obvious. But I never thought people would try to get physical with us. I never thought people would threaten our lives, pull out swords. All right. I didn't know none of that was coming. I really didn't. Lord just threw me out there. All right. I wasn't even under the impression that it'd all be peaches and cream, but I didn't know it got that far. I just didn't know that. I can't lie and say I knew that, because I didn't know it. I didn't see that on the videos. All right. And I wasn't out there as of yet. Wasn't out there. So I could tell the truth and say I really didn't know that. And then I got out there, I saying, wow, this is what it hit for. I'm in the midst of it. I said, dang, this is what these brothers really go through, man. I said, yeah, this it. This it. I said, yeah, these other folks that claim to be children of God, they ain't going through nothing. They ain't really putting it on the line for real. Nah. They ain't got nothing to endure. They don't go through that. They ain't fight no demon. They ain't doing nothing. Them boys regular degular. I said, yeah, this it right here. No, this the real deal. Because the Bible say that the true sons of God don't go through these things. Christians don't go through a lick of nothing. I mean a lick of nothing. Jehovah's Witnesses ain't going through it. Christians ain't going through it. Pentecostals ain't going through it. Catholics ain't going through it. They ain't going through nothing, man. All right, the true prophets, the true sons of God, look, they're going to go through it. They're going to be hated of all men. Don't nobody hate them other people I mentioned. They don't care. Hey, but the true sons of God, the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, they really hate us for real. All right. So we gotta endure the furnace of affliction. We really got to go through the condition of the battle and stay fervent in this thing through it all. All right. And one more. Matthew 3. Because that's the baptism that we got to be baptized with. All right. The Lord said that in Matthew 3. We're going to get that. You got to be submerged in the flames and come out as pure gold. This is the book of Matthew chapter 3 and verse number 11. It says, I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance. Right? I'm talking about John the Baptist. But he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire. So hold on now. Hold on now. Ye true, you alleged true Christians, is deeper than water. And John the Baptist even told you that. He said, look, I can't with water, baptism of repentance, yeah. But he that come after me, you got to go through that fire. You got to go through that fire. What is the fire? The furnace of affliction, the trials, the tribulations. All right. You got to drink of the cup that the Lord had to drink of. People hated him. They disliked him. And don't just say it was only the Jews. No, it wasn't. All right. Because as soon as he was born, the Jews weren't trying to kill him. But Herod was. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Read Matthew the 2nd chapter. Okay. He killed hundreds, thousands of babies. To kill who? Yahushua. That he wanted to kill. Afraid, scared, punk that he'd be next heir to the throne. All right. So yeah, that's the baptism that you got to be baptized with the Holy Ghost and with fire. So you got to be changed, purified. You got to become a new man. The Spirit got to come upon you, and that old filthy man got to go. And you got to be baptized with the fire, man. Going through the trials and the tribulations, and will really come with this truth. The bitter end of the stick as well. You got to be put through that fire to come forth as gold. You got to be submerged in the flames, man. That's really what it is. All right. That's the cup you really got to drink of. Right. You got a precept, King?
I got 4 more and I got closing precept. Quick.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get Sirach chapter 2 and verse 9.
It's the book of Sirach, right? Chapter 2 and verse number 9. It reads, it says what? Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
So again, like we've been pounding on this whole video, you know, what we go through, it says what? It says ye that fear the Lord is hope for good. So you have that hope and faith that everything is going to be okay. At the end of the day, you have hope that these trials are just it's like a wave in the sea is going to come, then it's going to go. You know, so it says hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. So yeah, we joy in tribulation. You know, we love tribulation because we know it's something better that's coming. You know, so it's not all for naught. It's not all for nothing. And when we're going through these trials is something that we need to do as well. Can we get 1 Peter 5 and verse 7 in the NLT?
Said 1 Peter, was you have King Salakia?
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7 in the NLT.
Oh, 1 Peter 5 and 7 NLT. Come right up. Let's get that. All right, I'm gonna share this screen now. It says what? Can you see it?
Yep.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse number 7 NLT. Give all your worries and cares to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, for he cares about you.
The Lord loves Israel, and the Lord cares about us too. It says, give all your worries and cares to him. So everything we worried about from a day-to-day basis, just give it to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. He cares about us. You know, so it, like I said, it's not for nothing. And that's what we need to do when we're going through these trials and tribulations. We need to call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, call on his name, ask him for help. I mean, that's why he's our father. You know, when a kid's in trouble or a kid hurts himself, what do? He goes to his parents. You know, he goes to his father. You know, let's go to Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 10. Babkashah.
The book of Proverbs, right? Chapter 18 and verse number 10. It says what? It says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
So we're safe from all these demons and spirits when we go to the Lord. You know, we're diligent. You know, we're on fire. We're trying to stay on fire, in the fire. It says what? It says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and is safe. We're safe from all these spirits that try to attack us. You know, anything that's trying to come our way. You know, we have confidence that the Lord is going to come and save us out of it as well. I got 2 more. Psalms 37 and verse 4. Got 2 more. You got
low battery. Can you still see the screen though? Low battery kind of came on my laptop.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Now, what you had called again?
Psalms chapter 37 and verse 4.
The classic, yeah, super classic. Love that preset. Book of Psalms chapter 34, verse number 7, it says, what? The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them.
That's a mighty scripture, but I actually wanted Psalms 37 and 17, Slakia.
37 and 17.
Slakia. But that's true though. Angel encamped around you.
I got you, no worries. Psalms chapter 37 and verse 17. It says, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous.
Slakia, I said 34 and 17.
34 oh, 34. Why I just thought I say 37 and 17.
Oh, good. So good. So good.
It kind of it was going in and out. So like it was a little choppy.
Yeah. I hear that too. A little choppy.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 34 and verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
That's playing upon tables. You know, it says the righteous cry and the Lord heareth. The Lord knows what we're dealing with, each and every one of us, you know, out of the different tribulations that we're going through our lives, and he delivered them out of all the troubles. So when we call in the name of the Lord, we have to have faith that the Most High is going to come and deliver us. So I wanted to get a closing precept, and you got it.
Let's do
it. John chapter 6 and 66.
It's the book of John, right? Chapter 6 and verse number 66. It says, what? From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. Then said Yahushua to the 12, will ye also go away?
So are we just gonna go away from this, you know, fire that we're getting handed? You know, are we just gonna give up? Are we gonna throw in the towel? Are we just gonna pour water on the fire and just not embrace it, not love affliction and endurance? All right, continue.
Reading on, it says, what? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life.
And that's exactly how we gotta be and how we gotta stand. There's nothing else in this world. There's nothing else for us. This truth is the way. There's no other way to go. It says, then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. So this truth is our lifestyle now. This truth is forever. There's nothing else to be talked about. This truth is the way to go. So what we have to do is enjoy affliction and enjoy the condition of the battle, because the condition of the battle that the man should fight. That's what we got to do in these last days, and Lord willing, we overcome. But you got it, King.
I'm gonna grab my last precept real quick through the Spirit. Let's get the book of 1 Peter, right? Chapter 1, verse 6 through 7. It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, and verse number 6 through verse 7. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. So we always gonna go through manifold temptations, man, each and every day, because the Lord gonna continue proving and trying us till it's all said and done. It says what? Verse 7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than the gold that perish, than of gold that perisheth. So our trial and tribulation, putting our faith, us being proven, going through the condition of the battle, going through trials and tribulations to test our faith, that's way more precious than actual gold. It says, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise, honor, and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach. So Lord willing, you know, we endure the condition of the battle so we could be found unto praise, honor, and glory when Yahushua return. We being tried through this fire right now, and that's okay. Our faith being put on trial each and every day, that we have to fight and go through the condition of the battle. But it's all that we may appear before Yahushua in a glorified, honorable state. You know, meaning what? We've made it. We've endured. We've counted the cost and fought a good fight. There's no better feeling than when that day of judgment come and you don't have to be utterly destroyed. And Yahushua is pleased with you. And you are counted worthy with the saints. You are counted as the elect because what? You endured the condition of the battle and you held fast to faith. Okay. You held fast to the belief, right, of this truth of Yahushua. Okay. And you didn't let nothing break you or shake you or move you or stop you. And you endure to the very end. All right. So We're going to get ready to close up. Of course, giving all praises, honor, and glorification to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Wamadak Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Lord willing, this video is edifying and very exhorting to brothers and sisters. And Lord willing, the Most High was pleased with this sacrifice. And Lord willing, we all may endure and make our calling and election sure and endure the condition of the battle. And with that, shalom.
Shalom.